Welcome to Future Focus, the program that helps you navigate your career path as a senior secondary school student. I am your host, Shekaina Boyi, and today we'll be discussing career guidance for senior secondary school students. Sharing their experiences with us are career experts from the field of medicine, architecture, journalism. These experts have taken out time to give us important advice and guide that will ease your journey in choosing the appropriate career. Here are what they have to say.
Good afternoon to you all. Such a pleasure to see you and talk to you all. I'm sure you're having a wonderful day and a wonderful weekend at that. Okay, I'll just be speaking to you very, very briefly. My name is Dr. Somi Bonire. I'm a medical doctor by profession, and it's really a noble profession. I can tell you that for a shorty. Concerning the journey to become a doctor, I'll start by talking about the journey. That's the Joint Admission and Matriculation Board, which is called the University Matriculation Exam. There are basically 4 objects that one has to take. As we all know, English, the use of English is a core subject. It is compulsory. And the 3 other subjects that one has to take in his journey and in his quest to become a medical doctor is chemistry, physics, and biology, basically. Chemistry, physics, and biology. Now, my own journey started as far back as 2008. I took JAMB and, well, I got a score. I got 255. And although initially I wasn't so happy with the score, and I was just, oh my God, I hope it will be good enough. And well, I took another exam, as it was the course from then, which is called the post-UTME exam, and the average was done, and I got a very, very good average score. I can't really remember what it was, but it was quite good, and I gained admission into the university, to the glory of God, to study medicine and surgery. As the admission list came out in 2008, that's Ahmadu Bello University, that's my alma mater. And like every other newbie, it was like a fish out of water experience. And we're just trying to acclimatize and get used to the whole system. And it was quite rigorous at the beginning. It was a lot of back and forth. But God so kind, we were able to settle in. 100 level was just basically advanced level. That's A level, chemistry, physics, biology. And then we did a departmental course, community medicine. Well, I wouldn't want to go into details, but getting into 200 level, things got a bit tougher now because we're now in the faculty. We're taking departmental courses, and it was a little bit turbulent at the beginning, but along the line, we're able to still adapt. And we found our feet, and we set the ball rolling, and it was quite a good journey after that. So the 100 to 300 level time period was called the preclinicals, and then we moved into the clinicals. That's 400 level. That's at Ahmadu Bello University Teaching Hospital, where we started clinical courses, and it was another strange one initially, but it was a good one. It was good at the end of the day. We got to interact with the patients now. We got to meet medical doctors now, consultants that were our teachers, and they inculcated and imparted their knowledge into us, and it was well, I would say there were times when it was very tiresome, it was very cumbersome, quite cantankerous, but we're able to muddle through. The steps actually to become a medical doctor, I've already said it. The JAMB subjects are very, very important. That's physics, chemistry, biology. And then it's also needful for one to make his papers in the West African Examination Council exams, or the National Examination Council exam, which is called the NECO. And at least 5 maths and English is compulsory, then 3 other subjects, which is biology, physics, and chemistry. At least a credit, a C6 is very, very important. It's very mandatory. to gain admission and to be able to register to study medicine. It's that's actually the list. But if I'm going to make an advice, give an advice rather, the advice will be to aim for the highest, because medical students and doctors are supernovas, meaning they are top notch. They are always at the top of their game. In fact, we are seen as the top of the food chain. So there is no margin for settling for less or mediocrity. So I'm just going to give that profound advice to all and sundry. Well, after graduation, the next thing is actually to do a 1-year training. That's to become an intern. You become an intern, an internship training to actually get the full license, the full license by the Medical and Dental Council of Nigeria, MCOM, where this training is actually under supervision by senior doctors, and it's actually important to get hands-on skills. Next is to go for the National Youth Service, where one gets further training. And my advice in parting, in conclusion, I'll just say medicine looks like a very difficult and tasking profession, really. It looks like one, but I tell you, perseverance and persistence is the key. Medicine, it has always been said that, it has always been said that medicine is not necessarily for the people with the highest IQs, intelligence quotients, and that is true. Dedication is very important. 100%, if possible, 500% dedication. If there's anything like that, it's very, very pertinent to study this course. It is doable, it is feasible, it can be accomplished. I am a living testimony to tell you that being a doctor, being a noble one at that, is possible. And it's very, very interesting where you get to interact with humans, you get to meet the needs of the common man as regards health. That's affecting their health, ensuring that their malfunctioning health status are returned back to normalcy. It's very, very good. It's very satisfying, truth be told. It's very, very satisfying. Even more than the salary that one receives, the fact that you just know that someone that was previously sick has become well is very refreshing. It brings vigor and vitality to you. So I'd just like to tell you that the medical profession is a very good one, it's a very noble one, and it's a privilege. It's a lifelong privilege that God has given me to be part of this profession. So make sure once you've made up your mind, make sure you pursue it with reckless abandon, and you'll be one of the noble personnel in the society.
As we navigate the journey of career discovery, it's essential to consider our passions and strengths. Let's hear from Dr. Musa Al-Hassan, a journalist with a wealth of experience, on how to identify your ideal career path.
My name is Musa Al-Hassan. I am the station general manager of ABU FM radio, at the same time a lecturer with the Department of Mass Communication, and equally a broadcast journalist by profession. The subjects to take in JAM and the WAEC when it comes to entry into the mass communication in the university and journalism as a career in life. Normally for JAM, you are expected to register 4 courses. As you all know, English is a core course, it's compulsory, it's major. And then you pick English literature, and then you pick either government or history, then plus any other social sciences. My journey in the university has been smooth. I describe it as hitch-free, and the secret behind that is hard working and commitment. I try my possible best to avoid anything that will distract me from real academic pursuit. I studied mass communication at diploma level, mass communication at degree level, mass communication at MSc level and also PhD in mass communication. Now, the step taken after school to become a journalist, usually when you graduate as a graduate of mass communication, the first is to formally register with NUG. There is this journalism association nationwide, the Nigerian Union of Journalists, are officially, statutorily empowered by law to register all journalists working in Nigerian media. As soon as you are given the ID card, then you have become a journalist. Remember what I told you from the beginning, that you must have a platform where you practice. You cannot be a journalist without a radio or television or newspaper or any other platform. So with that, you have become, with the ID card given, issued to you, you have automatically become a registered journalist. Usually, the law is explicit about the highest qualification. They considered diploma, that whoever obtains a diploma in mass communication and has a medium that he served can be registered. So the minimum qualification is diploma, and the highest qualification could be, you could be a professor and at the same time a journalist. Now, advice to students who are aspiring to be journalists in the future. The secret of journalism is hard work. If you are a lazy student, you cannot be a good journalist. You have to be very, very, very hardworking, and you have to be ready to learn. If you are a journalist, you should have knowledge, adequate knowledge of the journalism profession itself, and you also try to learn about other fields, because you could be assigned to go and cover maybe court. If you don't have knowledge about court proceedings, you may make mistakes or you report wrongly. You must have knowledge about security, so that when you are asked to go and cover events, sensitive events, you know how to report. You must have knowledge about economics, because there is business reports. You may be asked to go and cover events that have to do with business. So a journalist, as declared by late Chief Obafemi Awolowo, that a journalist is somebody who knows everything. So if you are a journalist and you know the journalism profession very well, and you have vast knowledge about other fields, it makes you an excellent journalist and a hot cake. You will not stay idle doing nothing. Wherever you go, you will be required, you will be needed. And that will go a long way in helping you in the future. And in addition to that, you must also try to understand the language of communication. A good journalist must be able to communicate effectively, because you are a communicator. You call yourself mass communicator. So a journalist is somebody who can communicate very well. Try to build your communication skills in such a way that whenever you speak, the person you are disseminating the information, the message to, will easily understand you. And so also the knowledge about presentation. You should be able to present. You are a journalist, you should be able to cast news. You are a journalist, you should be able to present reports correctly. You learn about the pronunciation skills. Learn. You can teach yourself this. In the internet, any word that is difficult for you, you try to learn the proper pronunciation. In addition to that, you also have to master the digital technology. We are in the digital world now. Any journalist who doesn't know computer, who cannot manipulate, who cannot send, receive messages online, who cannot browse, who doesn't know much about computer, will just be like what we call a half-baked journalist. You must learn about computer, you must know computer very well for you to be a very good journalist. And so also, if a journalist should be able to have broader knowledge of the current affairs, what is happening in the whole world. If you're a journalist and you don't have knowledge of current affairs, that means you may misinform the world. But a journalist should be able to know what is happening in his environment, in the state, at also national level. And finally, a journalist is somebody who is not who is fearless. Let me use the correct word, fearless. If you are that journalist who fears, you cannot be a good journalist. Then lastly, a good journalist is somebody who is not corrupt. If you are corrupt, you take bribe, you land into trouble, especially in this complicated world. Politicians can induce people in government, political leaders, public office holders, and what have you, can give you money to defame somebody, to tarnish somebody's image, or tarnish the good image of an organization or a tribe or a religion or what have you. You have to be very, very careful when you are practicing journalism so that you don't engage in anything that will cause loss of lives, anything that will cause loss of properties, anything that will disunite the society. Always work towards uniting the society. I think those are my advice for prospective journalists, and I wish them good luck.
Future Focus. We'll be right back for more exciting interviews after the short break. We're back with more expert advice and real-time stories to guide you towards success. Exploring various career options can be overwhelming, but with the right guidance, it can be a game changer. Next up, we have Abdulaziz Abdulkarim, an architect, sharing insights on his journey to greatness.
Hello everyone, my name is Abdulaziz Abdulkarim and I'm an architect. Ever since I was young, I've been fascinated by buildings and by designing, and that is the reason why I study architecture in university. The main reason why I decided to study architecture in the university was because I was very good at technical drawing, which is actually a trap because when you study architecture, you need to be good at a lot of other different subjects like mathematics, English, and other art subjects. You also need to be very creative to be a very successful architect. And the main issue I had in school was because technical drawing is just basically about drawing with the rulers and with strict calculations. I had issues with being more creative. The subjects I took in school during my work were the compulsory subjects, and then the additional subjects I took were technical drawing and geography. Geography really helps you because it helps you understand how to design for the environment. Whenever you're designing a building, you need to know that you're designing not only for the client but also for the environment. And that is where subjects like physics come into play, because there are forces that act on Earth and you need to also design your buildings while considering all those forces. It also helps if you took some art courses because architects need to sketch a lot, and if you can sketch well, it helps you communicate your ideas better. Sometimes also being culturally diverse helps you as an architect. So that is where subjects like history and other topics come in. So my work day varies. Sometimes I'm just in the office drafting and drawing, and other days I'm on site. And personally, I won't say I prefer anyone. I don't mind being on site, and I also like being in the office. So when you're in the office, what you do mainly is just draw, bring your ideas to life on paper or in the software that you use. And when you go to site, whatever you have designed, you have to help the civil engineers and other people on site to make sure that they do everything correctly on site. Being an architect requires a lot of creative skills and technical skills, and all these skills can be developed with dedication and hard work. It also requires interpersonal skills because as an architect you don't work alone. You work with quantity surveyors, you work with engineers, you work with laborers on site and much more. So for that you need to build your communication skills properly. For those considering a career in architecture, my advice for you would be to be hardworking and dedicated, and to be open to learning a lot of new things. Because the architectural industry changes very fast. New softwares come up every day, new uses and new problems happen that you need to be able to solve very fast and creatively. So if you're considering a career in architecture, it's very rewarding, but it requires hard work. So I wish you all the best.
As we wrap up today's show, remember, career guidance is an ongoing process. Stay curious, stay open-minded, and keep exploring. That's all we have for today's episode on Future Focus. Tune in next time for more career insights that will help you navigate your way and ensure you choose the right course of study and build a successful career in future. Goodbye, students.